What could I say? It's been 1 year since the Distort report started with these crazy, awesome ideas that you, the viewer, have been sending us. And we've been showing you on Facebook and these weekly video installments. And tonight we'd like to share you these crazy, weird, and interesting, stupid stories that you, the viewer, have been sending us, the most liked and most commented throughout this year on the Distort report. Topping off, prosecutors say a man who robbed Radio Shack tracked down using GPS he stole. Meet Raymond Jefferson. He threatened and tied up his victims and then robbed a total value of $17,000 in merchandise from a Chicago Radio Shack. However, 2 hours later, upon leaving the scene, he was tracked down and arrested thanks to the global positioning equipment he stole. He was held on a $350,000 bond on charges of armed robbery and aggravated kidnapping. U.S. police developing infrared body scanner to detect guns in the street. Check this. Okay, it's crazy. Check this out. That's the title. It could be possible soon that physical frisking to detect if someone on the street is carrying a weapon or not could be a thing of the past. For the past 3 years, New York City police have been perfecting a body scanner that detects energy emitted from a person, making it easier to reveal if someone on the street is carrying a gun beneath their clothes. The scanner is powerful enough to even detect suicide bomber vests as well. For now, the infrared rays can shoot at a distance of about 3 to 4 feet, but the ultimate plan is for them to be fitted atop police vans to scan thugs on the street from long-range distances. And they can even trigger a radio frequency tag to locate other police officers in the city. Rat cyborg gets digital cerebellum. There's a closer chance cyborg-style brain implants may become a reality after an artificial cerebellum was found to have restored lost brain function in lab rats. It may someday aid people who have suffered strokes in restoring brain tissue, or it could enhance a healthier brain function to prevent memory loss as human age progresses. Albeit it is in its early stages, the cerebellum for now can mimic basic functionality, such as an unconditioned response to an audio tone or a puff of air to the eye, which causes the rat to blink. It is perceived in several decades the cerebellum will be perfected and chip implants will be available for those who choose to enhance their brain functionality. Interesting. A year later, I'm still screwing up. Be quiet. Drunk moose stuck up tree after snaffling too many apples. This wasn't a college prank either. It was discovered that the moose had eaten fermented apples and managed to wedge itself into the tree's branches as it tried to eat more of them on the tree. With all 4 legs off the ground and unable to move, fire crews had to chop down the tree to free the drunk moose. And once unstuck from the branches, it stumbled into the nearby wooded area to call it a night. This hasn't been the first incident a moose has ever gotten drunk off of fermented apples, as it is a common occurrence in Sweden for moose to eat them as well, but the apples are already on the ground. Dog eats $10,000 worth of diamonds. Meet Honeybun. He gives the term diamond dog a new meaning apart from David Bowie himself. He's often found walking around his owner's jewelry store. It isn't uncommon for regular customers to give Honeybun a treat or two when they enter the store. But one day he wound up eating something more rich than chocolate. His owner accidentally left his chair near his desk, and that's when Honeybun jumped onto the desk and consumed a total value of $10,000 in jewelry. Upon x-ray exam, it was discovered that Honeybun had eaten 4 packs of loose diamonds, about a carat each to set in diamond earrings, pens, and, of course, dog treats. After laying something than a chocolate Easter egg the next day, the gems were cleaned and returned back to the supplier. The owner is now more cautious about leaving his chair next to his desk. We'll see about that. Pooch airlifted from Angeles National Forest after pooping out on trail. After a hike with her dog, a couple's Pooch couldn't make it back down a trail after suffering from cuts to his paws from the rocks on the trail. At 80 pounds and unable to be carried by its owners, the dog and couple waited in the frigid cold overnight for help to arrive, and without clothes or camping gear. In the early morning, a rescue chopper arrived to pick up the dog, with the couple willing to board as well. The chopper pilot had to turn off the engines first because the dog was nervous from the sound. And eventually the couple and the dog returned back to safety. The article did never mention, though, that they called for, how they called for help. Perhaps they used telepathy. Okay. Now this one tops our wonderful, most commented, most liked Facebook Distort report story of the year. Let it rip with these deodorizer fart pads. We will all be Toys R Us kids, and I'll be damned if I ever run across these. There, that is. This fart pad right here is supposed to work with activated charcoal laced on the bottom to make your farts smell somewhat rosier. Well, not rosier, but it is supposed to prevent even your worst rips from being released into the air. So if you really love your spouse or partner, these will surely get you laid if you give them one. Do it right now. And it goes to show you that, this is, interesting more than the mainstream media itself, because we don't need the mainstream media to tell you the news, because, well, they don't. So let's make this year even more weird. And before I like to go on this anniversary edition of the Distort Report, this goes out to a true fan, and he wants me to say this. Ego Dandy! Because he wanted me to say that. So whatever you want me to say, send it. That's not in regards to my sex life or love life, whatever. Just, if you want me to say Ego Danny more times than that, Sky is the #1 fan. As you should be a #1 fan too, and you, as a #1 fan, should be checking out the Distort Report every day, because we send you more than just this crap every week. We send you daily duty. So thank you for being a part of this year anniversary of the Distort Report. We'll see you next time. Let's make this year even more weird. Real stupid news. Bye.